Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I've got the Nanook 7 PRC here from Kelbley's with the preferred barrel on here, 26-inch barrel, my Athlon 4 to 5 by 30 on here. I absolutely love this scope, guys. It's been super impressive. When did the brass test? The ADG, Hornady, and Weatherby brass. 15 shots each. So I did was scrub the barrel completely, used a bore scope to make sure it's clean, no carbon ring or anything in there, and then went and shot 15 shots. And then did the exact same thing at the range, did the same thing, cleaned it really good, let the barrel cool down completely, checked with a bore scope, made sure it was clean, okay? And then again, did the same thing for the Weatherby brass. This is some interesting results, guys. Okay, so we used Federal large rifle primers, Weatherby N570, and 175 grain Hornady ELDX, and of course my sexy 7 PRC ammo tray that I make. And then there's all our brass. I will go ahead and splice in real quick right now. There you go. You just saw what the brass looked like. There's a little bit of cratering, but nothing to be worried about pressure-wise. Zero bolt lift. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So, first off, I'm curious what everybody thinks did better. Comment down below what brass you think did better, ADG, Hornady, or Weatherby when it comes to either standard deviations, groups, extreme spread, whatever you think. Let me know, comment down below. Okay, well, let's get started here. Got some of my notes right here that I'll be reading off of. Okay, so this is ADG. This is the first shot. This is the first shot after a clean barrel. Aiming right here and hit here. So obviously that's way off target, but the barrel was spanking clean and it had obviously a little bit of oil in it. And you could smell it when you fired it, right? So that shot right there, with that shot and all these in here, is a 6-inch group for 15 shots. 6.02. Well, if you take away this one shot, which is the Fowler shot, you get all this right here for 15 shots without letting the barrel cool, guys. I loaded up the mag, shot, loaded up the mag, and shot. You get a 2.41-inch group. That is freaking fantastic for 14 shots, in my opinion, on a Magnum cartridge with a carbon fiber barrel. Guys, this rifle shoots. It just needs a little love with hand loads. That's all. That is freaking fantastic. Okay? So let's talk about case capacity. After they're fired, I measured case capacity and took an average throughout everything, but they were all almost dang near exact same. So ADG has 81.8 grains of case capacity, and now those have been fired this was the fourth firing it, so now these have been fired 5 times, okay? So that's 5 times fired now, okay? It's still hanging in there. So we had 81.1 grains of water capacity, okay, case capacity. For 15 shots, we had a minimum velocity of 30.41, a max velocity of 31.11, which is kind of high, pretty good spike, and then an average velocity of 30.85. And I'll put this all up here on the left-hand corner here. And then we have standard deviation of 18.4, an extreme spread of 69.8. Of course, 69. So that is with the ADG. Let's talk Hornady. I went alphabetical order. Okay. Same thing. Clean the barrel, let it cool, check the bore scope. It looks very clean with the bore scope, no carbon ring, nothing. Okay. Here's the Hornady brass, guys. That's first shot. It's kind of weird how ADG threw it up here. The Hornady one threw it down here. Guys, that's 15 shots with Hornady brass. That is a 3.09-inch group, 15 shots with a Fowler one. And this was the second shot that fouled. Rest of this, I'm impressed. So if you take away this shot and you come here to here, 1.79-inch group. That's freaking fantastic. Hornady, good job on your brass. You're doing good. I'm super impressed. Okay, here's the other thing. I saw the least amount of pressure with Hornady brass so far. Let's talk about case capacity. Hornady has 82.9 grains of case capacity. That is quite a bit more. than ADG. We had a minimum velocity of 3028, a max of 3080, and an average of 3057. Okay, pretty freaking good, right? And then a standard deviation of 15.5 and an extreme spread of 52. And that's for all 15 shots. Not bad. Pretty good. Okay. Once again, that was 15 shots, just hammering, right? Okay. Here we go. Weatherby brass also did very fantastic. Okay. That was the first shot on a clean rifle. The next two, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then everything else shot right in there. It's freaking fantastic. Okay, so you take away the biggest group, like with the first shot being the fouling shot, was 2.51 inches 1 inch group, guys. That's 15 shots. That's freaking fantastic. I got no problem with that. You take away with this one shot is 2.19 inch group. So their case capacity was 81.9. So 1 grain completely less than Hornady. So interesting, right? The minimum velocity of 3049, a max of 3094, and an average of 3073. So, you know, you're kind of seeing a trend, obviously, less case capacity, a little bit more pressure, a little bit more velocity, right? And then standard deviation of 13, very good. That's the best we saw. And the extreme spread of 45, also the best we saw. So the Weatherby did very good. The Weatherby is the most expensive, and it did do the best, technically. Now, if you take the group size, actually the Hornady had the best one after the 14 shots. So, am I impressed with this rifle? Yes, this rifle shoots with hand loads. I'm very impressed. The brass this is a very cool test. I'm going to do an article write-up on it too as well. I think I've got a little more room to play with because, like I said, I haven't seen any pressure signs, really. I mean, we have a little primer cratering, you know, not bad, but no ejector swipes or anything like that. No heavy bolt lifts or anything. I used my velocity with my Garmin, and then I also double-checked it with my FX chronograph and checked that, so that was cool as well. Guys, let me know what you think. I was impressed. This barrel, I mean, it might have walked a little bit as it warmed up or whatever, but guys, that all those results, banging, I think. I mean, that's freaking fantastic. You know, yes, we're using good powder. We're using a decent bullet. We're using Federal primers. And we're using decent brass. I mean, like, we got some high-end brass. ADG's good brass. Weatherby's good brass. And, guys, the Hornady brass is good. So, I mean, I'm here to tell you, try it out. Test it yourself. I know this is still also kind of a small sample size. But I'm impressed. So, let me know what you guys think. And I'll talk to you guys later.